All right. So, one more thing. So a lot of people are always asking, this whole thing of leaving a tip in restaurants in the U.S. because it's different in different parts of the world. So how do we know, like, how much tip to leave and when to leave a tip? How do we decide?
Well, the first thing you have to remember that waiters and servers in the U.S. don't get paid by the hour, really. They get less than minimum wage, so they depend on the tips. If they're like a decent server...
So how much do they get per hour, mostly?
Usually anywhere between $2 and $3 an hour.
Is it that low?
It's very, very low, much lower than minimum wage. Wow. So they're not making money from the restaurant, they're making money from your tips.
Even at the really nice places?
Even at the really nice places.
Wow.
So it depends on their service. So if you feel that they were really attentive and they did a great job and they were friendly and they just, were like clean cut or whatever you like, you usually leave 20%. If there was something wrong that they did specifically, you could go down to 15. If they were just really, really awful, then that's when we would typically leave 10%.
Okay, but you would never just leave nothing and walk out, right?
No, you would, you really wouldn't do that. 10% lets a server know that they didn't do a good job, and maybe they'll think about it later.
They should do better later.
But you just don't ever want to, penalize them for food being bad or something like that, because they don't have control over that.
Yeah, exactly. But you've worked as a server off and on. Yeah. Is it a tough job?
Yeah, it's pretty difficult. If they're trying their best, you give them 20%, if they do what they can. If they're really, really awful, even I would leave 10%.
Absolutely.
So.
And then the other question I get sometimes is, how do you know when a restaurant is going to give you free refills on soda?
Well, that's tricky because sometimes they say it on the menu, sometimes they don't.
So what if they don't say it on the menu?
If they don't say it, you can either ask, before your next refill or whatever, or if the server just brings you your drink again without asking, then it's a free refill. If they ask you if you want another one, that's a perfect time to say, oh, is it a free refill? And that's no problem.
Okay, so that's a good rule of thumb. If they're asking you, they're charging you.
Possibly.
Most of the time.
But if they just bring it, then they're not charging you.
Okay, cool.